Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of Final Fantasy XIII. In the last episode, we were completing some of the missions, these Cie'th stone missions that are in this game, and in the last one we completed mission number 2. No, sorry, mission number 3, I believe, which was to defeat an Ugalu, who was located here in the Yaschas Massif, which is this lovely lilting sort of bossa nova soundtrack to it. Anyway, so if we look at our map, there is an event just there that we'll actually save for the end of this section because it's one of my favourite cutscenes in the game actually, so I'm going to look forward to that. So, these are obviously the enemies that we would normally see around this area, that we're currently seeing just because of yeah, we're only seeing these because obviously we don't actually have any marks going on. So obviously we see more Gorgonospids and stuff like that, but eventually we are going to move forwards and continue to make our way through some of the quests and some of the various challenges this game has for us. We're just going to haste everyone up here, of course. Everyone loves some haste. And then we'll get in Frost, Bravery on Snow. Seeing as he is our primary damage dealer here. These Gorgonospids are not too much of a... I'm pretty sure I've probably said this before. It has been a while since I've last recorded because obviously the Christmas period, and then I actually finally got a PS4, so I've been playing my new games for that rather rigorously, so obviously I haven't really been paying too much attention to this game, but now we're back to this, so we will be looking at Final Fantasy XIII some more, hopefully squeeze in a few more episodes before once more we'll have to go back on hiatus because of university and stuff like that. Anyway, so once again, haste everyone as best as we can. We are being slightly more defensive than we usually are, but some of the battles in this section are just difficult because of the low level that we're at, and we are at a low level for this pretty much for everywhere in the game at the moment. That's just how things just happen to be with the path that we've chosen to take through the game. Most likely as Snow gets some pummeling from this Gorgonospid. But he'll be safe once he's launched. So let's stagger this guy ASAP. Lovely. And then Snow, if you could just whack him, that would be lovely. Sweet. No problem. So obviously, yeah, we are with a very offensive team, but that in itself does not actually protect us from a lot of what the enemies of this area have in store. I don't think there are any treasure spheres around here, so what we'll do is we'll head over to our next Cie'th stone and proceed to attempt our next mission, which is probably the hardest of this early set. Certainly, with, like, in my opinion, of like the first 10 or so. So this one's the sort of yellowish colour shows that it's a waystone, which means that it will be able to teleport to this between Cie'th stones that you've completed of this sort. Anyway, so we have the Adroa. You mean to tell me my focus is to hunt that one-eyed Adroa that plays the Ascendant Scarp? Did I really need to be made a lassie to go hunting? Did I not do that every day? Are lassie not meant to fight Cocoon? Is that not the reason I left, boasting of the feats of heroism I would accomplish? Am I never to return home again? So, we will take on the Adroa, and yeah, so Adroa are really annoying. We'll get around to talking a bit more about them once we get there, but for the moment, we must head down here and then continue to make our way around this area. If you're confused about where the map icon goes, it essentially disappears for this little section for some unexplained reason, really. But it just means we need to keep going. We're going to get a new enemy here, I believe, being the Triffids. We have to battle in this section. Unfortunately, we did go preemptive, which kind of sucks. And that is actually not a nice set of enemies to be looking at all. We need a lot of diversity here. He is unfortunately challenging the Triffids, which is a bit of a worry. We want to go bravery and fire, because these enemies are weak to fire. Pretty sure every single one of them is. So, okay, so now you go to the Alroon. So essentially, Triffids and this sort of enemy in general, they have this sort of. They're very similar to obviously the Vespids that we've seen earlier on in the game. They use our own weak to fire. Yeah, okay, good. I'm so used to like weaknesses appearing up on screen and stuff like that. Anyway. So yeah, so their abilities, essentially they want to cast a load of debuffs on you, which is rather annoying. It can be a bit annoying if obviously again we're starting pretty defensive, but we're being rather careful with these battles. We have lives to play with, but we don't want to throw them away, especially with some very, very interesting and difficult battles in this chapter to come. So obviously we could Libra this enemy, but we pretty much don't need to, because I'm almost certain that we get a huge amount of... We'll see an awful lot about them, as... I'm pretty sure we have to battle loads of these guys as we head over, so we don't need to worry about finding them.
No problem.
Cool, so that is a Triffid, that's that battle done. That's just there defending, I think, an item. Sweet, so that is that. So essentially these little flowers that look like Triffids, they'll occasionally spring up. Obviously the map tells you which one is a Triffid and which one isn't. And obviously once you've done a battle, then none of the ones nearby will actually turn, as it were, against you. But yeah. Or maybe it doesn't. I'm just trying to remember whether the map actually recognises whether they're Triffids or not before they turn. Anyway, we'll continue to head down this area. This is essentially the path from the Yaschas Massif towards what's called I believe it's the Ascendant Scarp. You're going to see a nice large flying enemy, which is going to be another one of the common enemies around this area. One of the tougher ones, certainly. Sort of rather similar to the wyverns that we saw back in the Sunleth Waterscape. They're all enemies of that type of rather similar sort of movesets and stuff like that. We'll start with Smart Bomb this time, I think. I want to be aggressive, see what we can get here. So, Wyvern. How much damage do you do? 300 odd. Obviously that is without Deprotect, all that sort of stuff. Usually they can almost always cast one form of Deprotect, something like that. Oh, it's called a Svarog. Okay, Svarog. So hopefully between Vanille's... it's immune to both Deprotect and D-Shell. That's rather annoying. Mr. Svarog. In that case, we're going to need to bravery it up as the best alternative chance. It's weak to Imperil, which is lovely. Always love a good weakness to Imperil. So, you can see Snow's been hit there with, that is, I think that's Fog. I'm pretty sure that's Fog. Yeah, it is Fog. Okay. So so essentially you have two similar ones being Fog and Pain. Fog prevents use of magical attacks, Pain prevents use of physical attacks. Thankfully, Snow's pretty versatile. He obviously has a bunch of different different attacks that you can use. So that works nice and fine. We're hopefully going to let Snow come in, get some hits in to slow down this stagger. before we land that. So it looks like this guy is naturally resistant, although he's actually, okay, so he's weak to ice, that's good to know. Very good to know, actually. So again, we've been hit by fog. You can still hit it, thankfully, which is always good. Looks like we should definitely get the KO within this stagger. Although feeding Stoop does hurt. It does hurt an awful lot. We really want to try and kill it in this stagger if we can. I did not mean to go to this, I'm going to go to that. Oh man, so how much health does that have? 9,000 health. Let's see how much we do just with like these hits. Obviously it's constantly losing. It's also important to remember that it's constantly losing health through poison, and Vanille's managed to raise Snow back up, which is really, really good. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so that is that. As you can see, now another one has spawned just over there. Oh no, it hasn't just spawned, it's actually just a natural battle. Another Svarog. We shouldn't be too worried about this now. I am going to make this more aggressive with decimation. Let's start off with Raj. No. Start off premeditation again. Come on. Come over. So if those wondering, a Svarog is a Slavic deity known primarily from the Hypatian Codex, apparently. Whatever that means. A Slavic translation of the Chronicle of John Malalas. It is there identified with Hephaestus, which is obviously the god of blacksmiths in ancient Greek mythology. So we want to go bravery and frost. No, so we want to go faith and frost. Fortunately, we've got both, but that's okay. So we want to go faith and frost on Saz. Svarog is also the father of Dazvog, which is the Slavic solar deity. It's considered the Slavic god of celestial fire and blacksmithing. So, all rather interesting little things there, but there we go. Okay, so. We'll get some healing in, just to be sure. We don't want Vanille dying, as she's the only one who can raise people back up. We also want to slow down that stagger a little bit, just to keep it ticking along, of course. What's that, 262. So you're going to get staggered pretty soon, there we go. So, Relentless Assault. It's interesting that Snow still goes to Ruin, because obviously Snow is entirely almost physical, so the fact he goes to Ruin is a bit annoying, but now he can obviously start whacking things. We're just 400 odd with him. Let's see how much I do. As we actually get perfect swap into Feeding Stoop, which is obviously the Svarog and the vast majority of these Wyvern type enemies. Their most dangerous attack is Feeding Stoop. Cast so slow, Sans. So slow. Anyway, we learn from our mistakes. That one's a lot easier. And we get a new item, being a rune bracelet, which probably isn't a new item. Yeah, let's look. Okay, so we're going to keep moving down, and there is our next rather large enemy. Obviously a flan type enemy. In the meantime, we might just try. Vanille, can you get... You do have your ATB level, awesome. Okay. We need to get you to Curasa as fast as possible, pretty much. Because once Vanille gets Curasa, she becomes so good as our medic. Well, still premeditation's working rather nicely at the moment, so we will stay, and we will get the preemptive. Lovely. So hopefully Vanille will go Deprotega here, as we see a hybrid Flora. We will Quake. As that doesn't actually cause any staggers at all. Okay, so you are immune to water and immune to physical attacks. Lovely. I might actually get rid of these. Let's get rid of these guys. I think it's definitely makes more sense for us to get rid of these Elrone early on. And we'll leave. Okay, so it's a water type, essentially. Water type elemental. You can tell that from obviously it wanting to cast Water Gar, which would actually hurt quite a lot, probably. You'll get used to a lot more sort of enemies like that using water type moves. Just different type based moves, what I mean. So we are weak to fire here, so we do actually. Oh, water type is weak to fire, interesting. Faith in fire, snow. Repeat for Vanille. Gee, that was a lot of damage. I want to be around when this guy gets proper mad. Should have gone faith in fire on Cie'th, it seems. There we go. Is Vanille actually attacking here, or has she already used up everything? Yeah, it's immune to Deprotect and Poison, that's kind of annoying. So we have to go Relentless Assault for optimal. Actually, it may not be weak to fire, it may just be they are in peril has made it weak to fire. That's far more likely the case. Usually, the game is very good at the sort of, the old Pokemon idea of water beats fire and all this sort of stuff. But there we go. So we defeat the hybrid Flora. Obviously, the name comes from, Flora. Flora is in flora and fauna. So flora being all plant life, I believe. Which goes to show it's deemed more of a plant than an animal. Okay, so this looks like a hybrid Flora and Triffid battle. So we do want to scan, keep us. Premeditation is working very nicely. Yeah, so you see on the map that those Triffids don't immediately show up. Again, what's more important here? I don't know. I've got to see what he chooses. Do I have bar water? That's a good question. If I had bar water, that might actually be good. Faith in fire. It says. And also onto Vanille. That was unfortunate. Wrong timing. Okay. Okay, you want me to take up the Flora first? It's not a bad idea. We'll see how we go. We are going to go to here. Because snow is deprotected, that's a bit of a problem for us. But it allows us to keep this stagger nice and fixed. Come on. You know you want to attack. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Yes, okay, so that is a massive problem for us. As proven by that. Do Do we have bar water? No, we have bar fire and bar frost. That is annoying. Vigilance for everyone.
Anytime. Follow the old guy's lead.
Yeah, that's the issue with that, is obviously we're now well behind our stagger. But hopefully we can use diversity here to actually have Snow launch this thing. While being healed, hopefully. If Vanille gets her act together, she should definitely be able to cast. I think we are going to take this out fast enough. It's difficult to say. Relentless Assault, we definitely should. This is not an easy battle. This is not easy at all. Thankfully, Snow's about to lose both poison and deprotect, which is good. Oh, the floor has already been... Okay, that is a big problem. That is a massive problem. Solidarity. If I had another medic, we would definitely want to be soonering here. Unfortunately, we do not. I am forced to resort to potions, which we haven't used in God knows how long. Okay, what's your health? 16,000. And I'm doing over 1,500 a hit, so that isn't too bad at all, really. That we can cope with. We do want to get to premeditation. Well, not really, we want to go to a... Do I have decimation? No. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, you're dead. Let's get haste back, because... Screw doing battles without haste. Haste makes everything so much nicer. Okay, so... Obviously, with just 2 Triffids, it's going to be relatively simple just to hopefully finish off. Thankfully, they're attacking Snow, who already has every single debuff already put on him, so can't get any worse for him. Okay, so obviously Triffids. Triffids obviously comes from the famous, is it War of the Triffids? Invasion of the Triffids, something like that. Yeah, it comes from it's the name of a fictional venomous plant in John Wyndham's novel The Day of the Triffids. There we go, Day, not Invasion or whatever. So take out those Triffids, lovely. We can now head over this way, or vice versa, both ways lead to the same spot. I'm pretty sure that wyvern we just saw fly above us can't touch us. There's an item up here. Obviously there's a Cie'th stone down there, but we can't do anything about that Cie'th stone just yet. Because you can't do more, you can't accept more than one mission at a time. But we will definitely be doing that one, I think, next, pretty much. Ah, we have our first introduction to Munchkins, I believe. Wonderful. I love a preemptive. Come on, I want to see deprotect go. There we go. I'm pretty sure these guys they're either weak to nothing or they're weak to ice. If I remember correctly. I might remember wrong. We'll stay in this because we have the deprotect on. He's still staggered. And you can see that Snow just pummels them into the ground. Lovely, well done. Okay, so now where do we head? So, essentially you've got a long path over that way, which will lead over to an ancient Polshan city called Padra, which is actually the city that is sort of introduced in the little cutscene right at the start of this area. Rather than that, though, we're actually going to head over to our mark, which is located up there. And this is where this gets really, really annoying. Those are the Adroa, those are the Birdlay. Okay, so now things are going to get complicated. I need to work out exactly how I want to do this. Because this battle could go wrong very, very quickly. I also don't think this is the team I'm going to want to use. We have Blitz, that's the important thing I knew. Water Ra. Strength. So essentially, yeah. Dispelgo would actually be relatively useful as well. So, what the Odro and the Birdlay do, essentially, they've got really powerful magical attacks. We're talking, the Odroa have level 2 magical attacks, so that is, they have Thera, Blizzara, Thundera, Watera, and the Verdalay have stage 3 magical attacks. They have Thundaga, Watergar, and those can be a real menace to actually deal with because they do so much damage in a very quick amount of time. They're also, if I remember correctly, they're incredibly resistant to magic. I think Verdalay are immune to it, and I think Adroa are resistant to magic. So it is a really annoying battle. Pain would be interesting, but I think we'd rather go up here. So I'm just buffing everyone up at the moment. Lovely, so Fang gets to there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a team specifically built just for this, and I think what we're going to go for is a rather unique team of Fang, Snow, Lightning, with Lightning as lead. We definitely want Kerberos. We will want Relentless Assault. We will want Delta Attack. We're going to want Smart Bomb if we can, potentially. And so Smart Bomb's that one. Rav, Sen, Sad. Our emergency consolidation, and also you're a better sentinel than Fang, so solidarity as well. So essentially, like I said, these guys are really, really weak. These guys are really, really strong against magic attacks. And yeah, they're just a real pain. And we're going to see how this goes. I really, really want a preemptive here. Because preemptives make it so much easier, because then we can use Quake. And if we can use Quake, then we can stagger all of these guys very, very quickly. Equipment is also a good point. We want a power spend on you, along with anything that resists magic. And on you, we just want resist magic and lots and lots of health. But anything that gives you more strength, no. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about this because this can definitely go very, very wrong. We are actually going to have to work pretty hard at getting this preemptive because if I remember correctly, they can be a right pain. These little guys. They have this really annoying habit of just turning around exactly at the point when you really want to attack them. So let's see. I'm pretty sure we want to get to the one closest to us, which is this guy just walking up. Come on. They are obviously relatively blind, so we shouldn't have too much problem if we can get at them. Nope. See? He just turned around. I might need to use a Decepticon now. Might need to use a Decepticon. We'll see. Come on, you don't know I'm here. See, now they're further away, that was the thing, so we get closer to walking into the eye line of the others. Oh, you're kidding me. We got so close. I should have just ran at it, to be honest. But I can just tell that the time I do that, it's not going to count. There's one over this side now that's closer to me than all of the others. Nope. Okay, this is going to be difficult. We just want to go blitz on the Verdala, ideally. So yeah, that's what they do. We're talking Blizzara, Blizzaga, a whole load of really, really mean attacks. Plus, because they're this sort of enemy, they have the ability to summon. And yeah, so already I'm in need of desperate healing. This could be... Obviously, I'm not going to try... Obviously, you know, part of me just wants to give up. I'm not going to. I'm going to try and get through this. It's going to require an awful lot of very, very defensive play, which kind of sucks. So thankfully, Fang looks to be getting close to killing this Verdale, which is nice, because she's obviously just stupidly powerful. She can just keep doing a butt ton of damage to the Verdale. That would be awesome. Come on. Going in. I think it's after a set amount of time that they want to start summoning, so we would need to do as many attacks as possible early on. Come on. No, abilities, blitz. See, now he's summoning. Okay. Go. No, okay. We failed to block the summon. And he summoned one of these guys, which was already it. Which has already been. And now, so the other guy's going for Conjure as well, which I'm pretty sure just brings out another Verdale. This could be a very long battle. Okay, so we killed one. Or it could be a very short battle, because I'm about to die. Very clearly I'm about to die. I honestly think there's no point in us continuing, so I'm just going to allow us to die. Which is really sad, unfortunately, but that's what you get with these enemies. I mean, even survive that, that's just rubbing it in. I mean, I could go renew here. Or not. But there we go. Yeah, I mean, the Verdale can continually summon all this sort of stuff. The Adroa will eventually die. You can see how a preemptive would really help there. Drat! So we die. Unfortunate. Lead. So we're going to need to strike one of our lives away. This is definitely the way we need to do it. It's just the preemptive is pretty much needed, methinks. Nope. Ah, fuck. He ran into me, which is really annoying. Okay, so now we're going to concentrate on the Adroa first this time. The reason we're concentrating on the Adroa is because the Adroa can, if the Adroa can conjure more Verdale, then you know there's literally no point in taking out the Verdale. Fang, as much as I know you like using attack, I really need you to start going for blitzes. There we go. Okay, so we got 2 down. Lovely. So obviously we're not going to get the bestiary data for these guys very quick. That's just how it would go, unfortunately. Wonderful. So we've got a Thira and a Firaga coming our way. I need to heal Fang pretty much now. Okay, Conjure, kill him. Kill. Kill. Please kill. There we go. Okay, so we're down to just 2 Verdelay and this beast of an Ugalu. Do I not actually have Kira? I don't have Kira. That sucks. I might need to... We might want to summon at some point as well. Even though that, like I said, these guys are all immune to stuff like that. Why are you attacking the Ugalu? That is so useless of you. Okay, I need to go to Delta Attack. And we need to start attacking these Verdelay. So there you go. As you can see, these guys are completely immune to all Ravager attacks. They absorb air, and... Come on, Fang, I need you over here. So essentially anything elemental, and they don't take damage, which sucks. Okay, we actually do need to renew here. How much does that do? Okay.
We can get through this.
I'm pretty sure they're also like immune to all status elements as well, because obviously they're immune to... It seems they're weak to... That ruin definitely did more than the attack did. Obviously once we get just down to the Ugalu, it's not too bad, because we can take on Ugalu. We already have taken on Ugalu and won. I would love to be able to cast faster. Ow, that hurts. This is max defense mode. 2 sends and a med. Okay. Yeah, given that guy's about to die, yes, awesome. Why? It's like, I could go Rav, but honestly my Ravager can't do literally anything to actually help Fang here. I mean, the best thing for me to do is go Kerberos, and then we've got 2 cons attacking this Verdelay, and Snow will just continue to attack the Ugalu like an idiot. I'm pretty sure Verdelay can't summon other Verdelay. I'm pretty sure of that. But I'm damn well hoping so. I forgot that a Drow could conjure Verdelay. That was really annoying. But it looks like we are going to be able to finish this off. Because Fang should just certainly take this little guy out. Okay, well we stopped him from using magic attacks, which is great, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure this guy, unless Virulent Breath is considered a magic attack, in which case fair enough. Hopefully Virulent Breath is considered one. I wonder if all of these guys would say weak to fog, that would be amazing. If all of these enemies have been weak to fog. I don't think they are, but you never know. Okay, so back to facing off against the Ugalu whilst we talk about these little problematic. Cause us so much trouble. So, we have all of these commandos, let's start using them. I'm literally just going to attack just to get you launched, so then you can't attack Fang or anyone else. Come on, guys, you literally that slow. That's really kind of depressing. That's how slow, that's what's, you know, I can't juggle this guy at all. Like, if I was on normal speed, then you could easily juggle this person, this enemy. But I can't because of slow. And it's actually proving a bit of trouble because that's going to hurt. Fang's now on 7 health, literally 7. There we go, lovely work, Snow. Okay, so we defeat. I like how we get 0 stars for that because they essentially, if you allow them to summon, you'll get 0 stars, virtually all the time. So anyway, the Adroa is the god of the Lugbara people. He is creator of heaven and earth and appears to people before they die. And so you know, the Lugbara people are an ethnic group who live in the West Nile region of Uganda. So, that is that. The Verdele, or Verdelet, depending on, I don't know. Let's see. Nothing actually on the Final Fantasy wiki. I'm going to actually have to look at that. Anyway, glad to have finished that battle, obviously. In the next episode, we are going to essentially be doing the next few, I think there's one more, grade D. So essentially all, like I probably mentioned earlier, all of these missions have a various grade associated with how difficult they are. And everyone we've been doing so far is grade D. I think as soon as we complete the last grade D mission, which I think is this one, I might be wrong. There we go. So, Edimu. On the Yaschas Massif. So, I'm to rid the world of Edimu. She was prowling the Sumatran basin last I heard. Perhaps it's time to pay her a final visit, and join her as a Cie'th. I could not bear to raise a weapon against my own wife, after all. Not even if her mind is no longer her own. So there we go. I believe this is the last D-rank mission. We have to go back up to the top, and then we will come back down, because we have even more missions around this area. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode. We have died once, but hopefully we'll be able to get our life straight back with this mission. Hope you have enjoyed this episode, and hope you will join me on the next.